So you make the pizza here and the burgers here?
You see how messed up that is?
Yeah.
You see how messed up that is? We now have smashburger regulars. We have Texas-style pizza regulars, New York-style pizza regulars, and they're starting to kind of flip-flop. My burger people are now eating the pizza. My pizza people are now eating the burgers. Whenever we mess up a burger, it's a 90-second mistake. You know when you mess up a pizza, it's a 20-minute mistake.
Right.
Today we're at Sauced at Grapevine, Texas, just outside of Dallas, and we're talking with Connor. He started this business about 5 years ago and wanted to create the pizzeria he's always wanted to run. He came up with this concept, Sauced. They're doing some great pizza. They also have Texas-style pizza. We talk about that and why he created that concept, and he shows us around the pizzeria, why he decorated it the way he did, how they make the pizza, how they set up the kitchen and what they wish they did differently, and why they're adding burgers to the menu. All of that and more on this episode of the Pizza Insider. I think you're gonna really enjoy this episode. Connor's got a lot of great energy and some great advice for those looking to get started or who are in the business right now.
Connor, thanks for having me.
Dude, I've been waiting for this. I'm excited.
This is my first time in Texas.
Well, I was wondering what took us so long to get down here. I'm happy you did. What brought y'all down here, by the way?
This.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pizza.
I feel
Visiting
so excited.
some of my friends in pizza.
When we opened up 5 years ago, before we opened, I watched your podcast. I watched your videos. Your show gave me so much hope of like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, when we first opened, I got lucky. This was a second generation restaurant. It was a New York pizza, pasta, and subs. When we took over the space, part of the deal was we bought the business and I got to be an employee for 60 days.
Did you really?
So I started in the dish pit, then I moved to the kitchen, then I went over and started doing the oven, and then I would make the dough, and we bought the recipe. Like I didn't have any background in restaurants.
This was your first time?
This was our first time.
Wow.
I come from marketing. I did a lot of, our company is still out there. It's called pizzasolutions.net, and we do pizza magnets for Domino's, like Papa John's Pizza Hut. So I took that mindset of marketing for pizzerias, and my grandfather was like, dude, get me out of the map and magnet business. And I was like, I've been making pizzas in my backyard for about a year now. And he was like,
What'd you used to make pizzas in your backyard?
Just an uni, first generation uni. Messed up countless pizzas.
That's great.
So many. The first good pizza I actually made was in my conventional oven. Like that was the first one that actually looked good. I was like, get this. Sorry, uni, but it didn't. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was an employee for a little bit, and they asked me what my plans were, and I was it was me and the owners. None of the other employees knew what I was going to do, and they were like, so what's your plan? I was like, just pizza. And they were like, well, what about your calzones and your raviolis? And I was like, maybe we'll keep it. I scrapped that about a year in, took off all the subs. I looked at the owners and I go, where I'm getting rid of all of it. And they were like, well, what about the group on Wednesdays who does their wine night? And I'm like, guys, they're not my customers. I don't know. They're not my customers yet. So I went against the grain of the people who taught me, and I think it worked out for the better. So this is the entryway. This is our makeshift door to hide the Doughjo with our merchandise. This right here used to be the office. This was like an office room with a desk, and there was a full wall here with a door.
Wow.
And we used to make the people before us used to make the dough in the dish pit, like right next to the dishes. And I was like, get this out of here. So we created our whole own Doughjo dough room, still the same mixer. It's working.
The Hobart?
Yeah, the Hobart. We crank it up, and we got 4 different settings, and we do the cheese there. We shred our own cheese. We make the dough there. It's been good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So we try to use a 4-day dough. 72 hours is acceptable. We got our pizza line here. We got our beautiful toast screens up here also. So this goes down the line with the sauce, the cheese, hand-shredded cheese, and then we've got a beautiful Pizza Master oven here.
Is that new?
This is about 6 months old. I'm one of the few pizza people who know very little about the pizza industry itself.
So you surround yourself with people who do know?
Absolutely. I watch videos, man. We throw him out a pizza, we put sauce on it for him, and he folds the crust over with the sauce underneath it. Doesn't not stuff crust or anything. He just kind of folds it. And I go, what are you doing? And he goes, I don't know yet, but I've been dreaming about this pizza for 40 years. We put it in the oven, it comes out, and the crust pops up. And then he puts garlic butter on it, and I go, that's the business. And I go, what are we gonna call it? And he goes, I don't know, I don't care. And I go, Texas style crust. We're not the first ones to do it, but I think we perfected it.
So is your grandfather part of the business?
So he was until he died. He was, he came in, and this was actually his table. It was a smaller table.
No way.
Yeah, this is the table that he would come in, he'd sit right in the corner, and he would just watch me, my brother, my 2 sisters, and my wife all just working. But it was also really cool because, I have some videos from back then. We'll talk about marketing, I'm sure, but watching my grandfather in the background of those videos and seeing him smile when I didn't see it in the moment, it's caught on camera, is one of the coolest things that I hold on to.
That's great. So he got you kind of see it.
He was here for a year and a half watching it happen.
That's fantastic.
the smash burgers that we added took off.
How long ago did you add those? I saw that.
We added that 2 years ago, and that's actually a funny story. There's a pizzeria called Mr. 01, Extraordinary Pizza. Great pies, by the way. We went there for my brother's birthday. I'm walking Main Street one day and I see this big sign that says coming soon, Mr. 01, spring of 2022 or something, 2023. They had 5 locations at the time. Naples, Italy, Las Vegas, New York City, Miami, Florida, and Grapevine, Texas. And
Which is where we are.
I'm like, are you kidding me? We are fucked. So we've been making smash burgers for a while at the house, me and my brother, and I was like, it's time to roll them out. So we rolled out our smash burgers the day they opened. And we had one of our best days in history. And we now have smash burger regulars, we have Texas style pizza regulars, New York style pizza regulars, and they're starting to kind of flip flop. My burger people are now eating the pizza, my pizza people are now eating the burgers. It's really cool to see.
So how many of those are you selling like a week now?
Burgers?
Yeah.
In the hundreds. I mean,
Is it easier than pizza or harder?
Dude, as soon as the pizza goes in the oven, you hand the ticket to the burger station, burgers get made, they're about done right when the pizza comes out, and there you go. Burgers take 90 seconds, and whenever we mess up a burger, it's a 90-second mistake. You know when you mess up a pizza, it's a 20-minute mistake.
Right. So if you had to choose, would you rather choose burgers or pizza?
So here's what's cool. A table of 4 guys now. They used to come in and get 2 pizzas, and they'd split the pizzas. Now they're coming in, and they're getting 4 burgers, 1 for each guy, and they're getting 1 big pizza. And it's increased our average ticket by like, I don't know, $30.
That's really good.
Yeah, so
it's increased, but it hasn't made it more difficult in the kitchen?
No, we've got a really good burger guy. He came in on his first day interview, and he goes, this is me. And I go, all right, cool, that's you, bud. And he just started working and started making them, and he did it perfect. So this is our burger station here. So we do all of our smash burgers here. All of our meat is hand-packed patties.
Oh, yeah.
So we hand-pack those. I break a lot of rules when I make these smash burgers. All of Gordon Ramsay's rules about burgers, I break, I'm pretty sure, every single one.
What are some of those rules? I don't even know what they are.
He says to not overwork the meat, don't add too much seasoning, definitely don't smash it like he is. And I tell you what, we add so much juice into our burgers and we work it so much. I mean, there's chili powder, paprika, salt, pepper, all that, and then we smash it. But Gordon Ramsay says don't do any of that, but I think we've proven that we can do it, especially when we add our Worcester sauce. We add about 10 eggs per 20 pounds of meat.
Wow.
So that adds a lot of moisture to it. So when we smash it, we don't lose any of that. We still get a good crust.
So you make the pizza here and the burgers here?
You see how messed up that is?
Yeah.
You see how messed up that is? I don't know how we figured it out, but
Wow.
it's working.
So on a Friday night, how many people are back here?
6, we got a tosser, 2 on the line, 1 of those is on the oven, and 1 at the pass. We got 2 on burgers.
Okay.
But if you'll see this, we're working the oven right here, right?
Yeah.
I'm here in the oven. Burgers are done. They're crossing through the pizza line to get over here. We did not plan to do both whenever we opened. And I wish that one change I would have made is to really think about, you can't think about everything, but
Well,
I wish I would have
this was
figured that
here
out.
when you bought it, right?
Yeah, so we only have 11 feet to work with.
So then, like, does this doesn't need a hood though, right?
It needs just this bottom left, this back left side right here.
But this all
it needs
does.
to be. And that all does.
So that's the one thing about when you have a hood. First of all, it's like the most expensive thing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's got to like run a line to the ceiling. But then like that's the only spot you can do any of this.
Yeah.
Boxes
And then
here.
you're back there, boxes there,
Pull-up
pizza
bar.
bib boxes, pull-up bar. You got to stay healthy. We got, dude. We have a lot of people who focus on health. I know we do pizza and burgers, but you got to stay fit if you're going to work in a
If
restaurant.
you eat that many pizzas and burgers, you got to do some exercise.
So we got lucky with this hallway here. It's been nice. We got more storage back here. I want to turn it into a walk-in. That's not.
You don't
gonna
have a
happen.
walk-in?
No. This is it.
So all the refrigerator that you see is what you use.
This is what we got.
Wow.
I called my landlord and I said, hey, do you know that there's this shed back here? This thing was falling apart, had a hole in the ceiling. And I said, I'll fix it. Just give it to me for $100 a month. Now I have all this dry storage back
nice.
here. We got to put all that stuff away. It came about an hour ago, but we got this, which was so helpful.
You've kind of cranked up the marketing. Like your Instagram has been doing good. I see you on those videos. You're doing a great job on videos
Thank you.
nowadays.
Thank you. It was, I did every gimmick in the book when we first opened. I did 3 music videos. We try to get the right angles for the photos, and then thank God Reels came out. And I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk talks all the time. He goes, get ahead of the trend. Get ahead, learn how to do it. And he says, if you have, obviously I come from the marketing world before this. I was running call centers and I was running the social media also for that company, as a family company. And he said, if you have one guy who can be on camera, do the editing, have help with the filming. My wife is also, she helps us with the filming. If you can have one guy who can do all of that and be the personality, you have such a recipe for success that is unheard of. that really helped. So all my staff they're used to me having a camera and a big bright white light in front of them. They all know what to do. So it's been a really cool thing to use. Whether it's funny or it doesn't work or whatever it may be, I'm still the face here in shop. So as soon as they see that, they come in, they see this dumb red hat that I wear at all the chamber events, and they can recognize me immediately.
I do recognize that from social media.
Yeah, it's there.
Are you comfortable on camera?
Yeah.
Were you always?
I really had to force myself to learn how to be good on camera. Also, though, it's kind of like either if you do it or you don't, and if you don't, you're gonna regret it.
Yes.
Anybody with a business right now, you're a marketing company first.
If you're whether you have employees or you're a solopreneur, you're a real estate agent, travel agent, whatever you are, like if you are the person in charge of the money and sales coming into your business,
you should got a camera.
Yeah, you gotta.
You have to.
You're gonna suck at first. I'm sure your first videos are terrible.
You have to be okay sucking.
The only way to get better is to do it.
Yeah.
You can't get better at doing video by like watching a YouTube video or reading a blog. The only way you get better at it is to like put the camera on your face and do it.
When I was giving a speech for a little marketing training, I told everybody, and there was 12 people, and I said, all right guys, right now, you're gonna get your phone out, you're gonna go on selfie mode, you're gonna take a video, and you're gonna say, hey, my name is this, here's what I do, I'd love to see you this weekend, come by the shop, here's our address. And I was like, if you can't do that right now in a room full of other people also doing it, then you have no hope. And I said it just like that. And my wife was like, did you really? I go, yeah. I'm like, what am I gonna, I'm not bullshitting, this is the truth. And everybody did it, and it was nice. So the memorabilia, I don't know if you see this, sports bars. You got a Troy Aikman jersey, you got an Ovechkin jersey, you got like these, players' jerseys. And I was like, I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I only have movie sports jerseys. And on that TV, we only play the movies of the jerseys we have.
Okay.
So I've got 3 more jerseys coming, but I bought all these jerseys off Temu for like 20 bucks. And then I took them to Hobby Lobby and they framed them for like 200 bucks.
Nice.
And we made all these frames ourselves.
Wait, so Bobby Boucher?
Yep.
I don't know what that one is.
Shane Falco, The Replacements.
Okay, yep. Wonder, that's for Will Ferrell.
Yep. Talladega Nights.
Vaughn, that's that from baseball movie?
Yeah, Major League.
Major League, yeah.
Adam Banks.
What's that one?
Mighty Ducks.
Okay, and I know Happy Gilmore.
Yep, Happy Gilmore. I got Jackie Moon behind us.
That's good.
And then I've got 2 more over there. We can go that way.
Around the corner over there?
Yeah.
You know which one is nice? The one we something.
Got, this one? Chico's bail bonds from
Bad News Bears?
Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
And then on this side, I got the Rockford Peaches.
Oh, nice. Major League.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
No, League of Their Own.
Yeah, League of Their Own. League of Their Own. I mean, we're really low on stickers right now, but every kid gets a sticker. I have more on the way.
That's cool.
They put stickers on. Every kid gets a dough ball.
To make a dough at the table?
Yeah, they get a little dough ball where they can just play around with it. Some nights we have, instead of, how everybody does like kids eat free on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Well, we were playing around with this idea to where every kid is gonna be able to make their own pizza at their table. So they can press out their dough, have a little tiny cup of sauce, a little tiny cup of cheese, and then tell us the toppings they want, and they can build it themselves at the table. Just a little 8-inch pie, and we take it, we make it for them.
That's cool.
And I think that's a way of bringing that hospitality and that marketing activation, that experience part, to instead of just kids eat free, hey, kids, you're still gonna pay for it, but they get to make their own pizza. Yeah.
If you could do it all over again, from like knowing everything you know now, starting from scratch, what would you do differently?
All right, I've got a few things actually.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do this. All right. I wish I would have fired customers faster, certain ones, and I wish I would have also fired a few employees faster. I didn't trust myself yet, and I wish I would have done that differently. Saying that we serve New York style pizza put me in such a box.
Because people come in here and they like,
If it's not like that one slice Joey from the Bronx grew up with, it's a 1-star comment immediately. So probably not trying to put myself in such a box. One thing I would have done a little bit differently also would probably be to trust my father a little bit more. Most of the things that he told me to do in the very beginning, we're 5 years in and we're just now starting to do it. And I wish I would have got a beer and wine license a lot sooner. We used to have a bar, we took it down. It was BYOB, so it didn't make sense. People always thought that we sold it, we didn't. There's a lot of things that I messed up on. But if I could do it all over again, I would definitely do it all over again. We learned so much through all this process, and it's been incredible.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you letting me come in here. Awesome job, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Pizza Insider. Please hit subscribe and like. Lots of people watch these videos and not every single person is subscribed. So hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. Where are you watching this from? I always like to see where everybody's pizzeria is or where you want to open one. What city are you in? Where are you located? What questions do you have for us? And if you are a pizzeria owner Check out everything we have in the description below this video, and we'll see you right back here on the next Pizza Insider episode.